Hello and welcome to the FOMC Minutes Preview from their March meeting. Around that meeting, they once again kept their rates at record low levels. In terms of their forward guidance, that's where some changes came. So they decided to remove that phrase that they would be patient when the time comes to eventually hike rates, which opens the door to a hike in mid-2015, with some expecting that to come in June. However, as I'm sure you're all aware, at the meeting the Fed also released their summary of economic projections, where they foresaw the Fed funds rate to be lower over the short term and the long term. So previously, where they had expected the Fed funds rate to be over 1% in the end of 2015, that was now down to around 0.6% by the end of 2015 in terms of the median expectation between committee members. So that slower pace of rate hikes did mean that the statement was perceived as dovish, and as such we've seen the dollar come off those multi-year highs that were hit prior to the FOMC statement. So markets will be looking out for any of the reasons that the Fed have decided to lower their expectations for Fed funds rate over the next few years. So in terms of what we've seen recently, where there has been that economic slowdown in the US, where growth looks to be slowing somewhat in Q1. There's been a few factors behind that. We've had the poor weather and also the West Coast port strike, which has meant that ships have been backlogged over on that West Coast. Some have said that that could impact growth. But we've also had inflation, which continues to remain soft as oil prices remain low, but the core inflation has held relatively steady, and they'll be cautious not to have that core inflation overshoot their 2% target. Elsewhere, other data has also been relatively soft, and most recently we've had that non-farm payrolls report, where it came in at its lowest level since March 2013. However, this is in between when the decision was made by the FOMC and this minute's release. But since then, Fed's Lockhart has come out and ruled out a June rate hike, when previously saying he would like to see it between June and September. So it'll be interesting to see if other committee members feel this, although it is worth noting this will not be reflected in the minute's release. So again, markets will be looking out for why they decide to change their forward guidance, removing the patient, but also why they see a slower pace of rate hikes in the future. Anyway, that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.